the budget line of Civivi. These are two knives. You have the Baklash and the Aquila. So we'll see which one of these would actually be the best buy, because both of them are good. But which one would I pick? How's it going, Blazers? We're working to build that community to allow for discussion, providing specifications you can relate to so you can have educated decision on your purchases. So if you're looking for those type of reviews, please consider subscribing. So we're looking at these two knives here. There's going to be both of the Civivi line, which is the budget of we. So you have the Aquila and you have the Baklash. So both of them getting really good reviews overall. But for these knives, we'll see which one I would choose. So if I was going to let you know as far as which one I would recommend picking. Now we do have some news coming up. So we have one more review for the blind knife review, and then we're going to have that release. So that's very exciting. All the people that have been involved in that are very excited about it as well. Everybody had a good time. And also we do have the steel test chart. So down in the description, we do have that for public consumption. So if you do want to check that out, click on that link, and that is going to be one that will be updating. It'll be a live document or a living document. So you can actually have those updates as we have those steel tests come out. But click on that link down below to check that out. And so these are the ones that we're going to go with. So we'll do a little comparison for this. So there's going to be like the full-size Griptilian. Then we have the Medford Smooth Criminal. Stat Gear Asus. Match that up a little bit. CRKT Jettison, Steel Will Intrigue, and also going to have the Dozier. So those are some of the sizes for those. For the carrying position for any of these knives is going to be tip up, right or left hand carry. So that's something that will meet most of the market as far as what they're looking for these. We'll look at the hand sizing as well. So they're going to be starting off with the Baklash. So that's going to be for adult male hand. This is going to be kind of how you would standardly hold a knife. So it looks a little odd with it being upside down, but if you do put your hand down on that piece of paper, it's going to be kind of what it's going to look like. So that's going to be for the adult male hand first. And then we're going to go into the adult female hand for the Baklash. And then we'll go on to the Aquila. So that one's going to be also adult male hand, and then for the adult female hand. So those are going to be that sizing. So print that out. Also in the description down below. So print that out, and that will be to scale, so you can actually see what it's going to be like for you for that knife. For this one has a 9CR18 MOV, and this one is a VG10. So they're fairly similar in their compositions. Where they'll actually perform about the same. This one also has a lot better corrosion resistance. So this one will probably do a little bit better than the VG10 for corrosion resistance for that. And then provide some discussion down below if you disagree with any of those, or if you feel that is the correct thing for any of those knives. So you'll see on the steel chart here, we're going to have the blue, the green, and also the yellow. So there's going to be, as far as the edge retention, it's going to be the blue. Then you have the corrosion resistance, which is the green line there. So VG10, and then this 9CR18 is going to be on the lower end of things on the grand scheme of things. But I mean, a lot of these steels you don't really need, but this is kind of what's available as far as the market goes. And then you're going to have the last one for that toughness as far as being able to basically absorb some shock for those. So that one's provided by Creely blades, so check them out as well. So thank you again for that research and putting that information together. So for these, we're going to actually do the pull test for it. So actually go and set it up and see what the pull is for each of these. I do use the Lyman pull gauge for this. And then we'll see for about a 2 to 3 pounds seems to be a pretty good weight, which is enjoyable for an actual pull. So we'll see as far as where we are sitting for this. So it's going to be a little bit higher. So into 3 already. So 312. That's going to be for the Baklash. And then for the Aquila, we'll see what this one is. A lot of these have fairly smooth flipper tabs, so it actually works out pretty well. So 210. So this is going to be a little bit more in line with that specification for it. And then this one actually has a little bit more deployments as well. So that's going to be the difference between some of these. So this one has one. So Baklash is only one way you're going to get that blade out of there, which is going to be the light switch. So that's going to be this way. So it's kind of, then looking at the flipper tab, I would think that you could actually do the push button as well as the light switch, but you cannot because it actually lines up with that pivot. So if that was a little bit down, then you could actually do 2 actuations, which would be pushing straight through and also flipping down. So right now, that's all you got for the Baklash. So for the Aquila, I mean, that's where you're going to have a little bit more deployment options. So this one does have the regular light switch. It does have the push button. This one does actually have the thumb and also going to have the middle finger flick. Neither one of these has the inertia flip, so you cannot shake it out. They're very good tolerance for that detent ball. So that's a very good thing for that, for these blades. So we're going into the picture of the knife roll. So you can see it side by side as far as how this is going to sit within your pocket. So you're going to definitely see as far as the Baklash, this is going to be sitting a lot deeper because it's a deep carry clip. The other one does come with a titanium clip for it. Some of it matches somewhat, but as far as in and out of the pocket, both of them are fairly good. But the regular deep carry clip is going to be a little bit more consistent pressure. So in and out of the pocket is going to feel a little bit smoother, at least for my opinion on that. And then we have the picture as far as the blade as well as the handle. So seeing a little bit of difference as far as the measurement for that. So Baklash, the specification I had was 3.5 for the blade. I got 3.63. So that's an entire blade, and then the cutting edge is included into that as well. And then the handle, it was about the same for 4.6, 4.62. And then the Aquila down list for 3.45. Total blade was actually 3.66. So that is including everything all the way up to the handle for that. And then for the handle side, it's a 4.85. I got 4.75. So a little bit different for that as well. So both of these came out pretty well for the sharpness. So they are about 251 for the Baklash, and then it was 238 for the Aquila. So both of those are basically in the middle between utility razor blade and also high-end cutlery. So very good edge on it still. And this one is going to be the pass-around one as well. So thank you very much for that. This is going to be the pass-around one. And then this one is one that is my personal knife that I did pick up. So thank you very much to Civivi for providing this to the group to check out. And then for price-wise, you're going to be looking at a little bit difference in pricing. So you're going to have the Aquila is going to be coming in at $68, MSRP $80. This one's going to be about $42, MSRP $50. So with all that information that you have, my personal opinion for which one to go with would be the Baklash. Baklash, just for a lot of the reasons, is the action as far as the sounds, as far as how it clicks together. So the sound of that and the sound of deployment is a bit different than the sound of the Aquila closing and then the Aquila opening. So it's a little bit more muted. So that might be, I guess some people would think more of like a sign of quality as far as how that goes, but it just takes away from a little bit. I would prefer actually for this to be even a little bit smaller. So I would rather have a 3.25 for a blade, and then I might lose the choil there, but I would prefer a 3.25 for blade length. So that's what I'm going to check out for those. So let me know as far as the description down below. Sorry, my voice is getting a little cracked up there because I am not feeling the best, but we're going to be checking those out as well. So those are my opinions on that, specifications as well. So between the Aquila and also the Baklash, I would go with Baklash. And then if they could make the Baklash better, I would take the Baklash and shrink it down just a little bit to a 3.25-inch blade, and then that would be perfect for me for that. So thank you very much for your time. Let me know in the description down below as far as any other input, questions, concerns, and also let's throw in something really awesome. So if you made it to the end of this video, check this little thing out. Oh, look at that. So if you like really small knives, that one is from Bastion. So that is the Brazza Mini Bro. So Brazza Mini Bro. They do run sales every now and then. So just the other day, I was going for $27, normally $39.99. And they also do have a cleaver that is coming out, so still available on Kickstarter if I'm not mistaken. So check that out for that one. But really, it's very satisfying for that flip for this little itty bitty knife. And it does have a pocket clip. Check that out. All right, thanks again for your time. Appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing as well.